alerts, and already all 10 players are going to all of them already up here. It was Tempo Storm's map selection, so vVv is going to get that side choice, and they will take the CT side. No surprise there, of course. And it looks like they are playing with a similar file to what they played with yesterday, where Buzza was having to be a stand-in for the final map, which is the map they lost. But they do have him here. It's going to be Relics, Buzza, Dynamo, Funshine, and no one. Then, of course, Tempo Storm fielding their normal five of Shazam, Glorans, Rix, Hades, and Stanislaw. And we'll go around here with the pistol round.
All right, setting up the pistol round. Looks like the bomb is setting up for a solid B take over here. We only have one person. That's going to be Rix, maybe playing a little bit of lurk on A site. Taking point, though, is Glorans, Tempo Storm, Terrorist. Watching the corner, waiting, trying to get intel. You can see a lot of decoys. Looks like 2 decoys thrown down mid. There's the initial push, though. Shazam leading the charge. Glorans gets flashbanged off. That's all right, though. We've got 1-for-1 pick over there. Dynamo and Hades both down. Shazam, this is looking very, very bad for the T team. Everybody gets shut down over here. Rix all alone. The lurk player sneaks in through checkers, takes a nice double headshot kill. Relics and no one both going down. 2 versus 1 situation. Dust ain't gonna happen. Sit down. Buzza shutting down Mr. Rix. 1-0 vVv Gaming.
Big bit there for vVv to get that pistol round. You know, they are kind of the underdog coming into this game, so being able to make a statement there in the first round, certainly very impressive here, as they will go ahead and, of course, get those SMGs from us on to no one. So just your typical upgrades. Looks like Tempo Storm will, in fact, go ahead and get that pistol armor upgrade going as well. Your very typical second round strategy for Ts that lose the first round. So, yeah, exactly. Just following the meta. Nothing really surprising here. Seems like Tempo Storm wants to gear up for a really heavy flood out of Squeaky Door, actually. All 4 players. Or 4 of the players, not all of them, obviously. There's 5. That math, though. They're about to flood out this A site, though, here in just a second.
There it is. All of them out. First kill right there. Shazam picks up Funshine, and then Stanislaw taking the headshot on no one. The bomb's going to get planted out here at the default position. First man on the site is Buzza up from heaven. Able to pick off Stanislaw nice and easily. Dodges the first flashbang. He's going to play it smart, though. Try not to show himself until his teammates show up. He peeks over towards the top. Drops down. Nice shot taking Hades from above. That falling FAMAS as Relics and Dynamo come around the corner, cleaning up the mess. Defuse is underway. It's up to Rix. Spamming through the smoke. Nice. Takes Buzz off. I think that was the guy defusing. Another bit of smoke spam. Good luck. Not going to happen.
Yeah, I mean, that's just smart, knowing that the bomb was planted to the outside of the site, being able to kind of pick that out in the smoke. Still, you have a general idea of where you aim to try to spam the bomb diffuser. And he did actually catch the first one on it, but still enough time for another to get on top of it and have some cover as well. And so it will be the classic win for vVv. They still did at least take some economic damage, so Tempo Storm can at least be somewhat happy with that. Doesn't really help them now, but if they can win the opening gun round and keep the economy of vVv limited, that can be like an early save that vVv has to take. So good for the long-term economic game, but they're just going to try to plow into B here. It looks like vVv is just going to chop them right down.
Oh, it's ugly already as you say that. We're down to 1 member of Team Tempo Storm. It's Shazam, last man standing. He's got the P250 in hand. Looks like no armor and already down to 27 health. 1 minute and 10 seconds on the clock. Bomb is trapped in the B site. We've got Dynamo sitting here watching it, and Shazam's going to work his way predictably into vents. No one knows what's up. Peeks around the corner, shuts him down with the SMG, and the score is now 3-0. But you know what? That's okay. The finances are back, and we're going to see the first full buy round for Team Tempo Storm.
Yep, and Op is going to go to Shazam. He does have a spawn towards B, so you could see him go for a pick like that, or he may just, go for the classic mid pick to start things off, as looks like he is going to be heading towards mid, so he may get the boost here, or he may just take the Op into A main. Looks like he's going directly to the boost, so we'll see if Team Tempo Storm wants to go for the heavy mid aggression, or they just want to hit A hard. And it looks like that is what they're doing. They have Hades kind of playing Squeaky Door. Everyone else looking like they just want to flat A main, so they're not using the clock at all. They're just going to straight up hit it as hard and as fast as possible, blocking off Funshine, not allowing him to have any impact here with the Op as of yet, but finally getting something in here.
Oh, Op versus Op. Shazam takes the win right there. Shutting down Funshine. The bomb's easily going to get planted over here, and we now have Tempo Storm large and in charge on their first buy round in a 4v2 situation. Dynamo and Rick's going to come working their way forward. They're kind of clustered together. I'm not a big fan of this setup. Dynamo, though, actually not able to get the first kill over there. Shut down by Hades, peeking out from, I think that was, quad. Yeah, you put yourself in front of 3 different players, you're gonna get hurt. Relic shot in the face by Rix, and Tempo Storm gets their first point on the board, seizing economic advantage tonight.
Yeah, just understanding how vVv plays. I know that Funshine likes to tuck into the A-bomb side. That's kind of where he trends. Don't get me wrong, you will see him sometimes mid with the op, or if he has a good spot, maybe he'll pick into B main. Just the classic meta of an opera on TT side of this map. But knowing that he is pretty A-heavy, they just isolated him with some smokes, prevented him from having any impact on the A main push out, and then from there just executing the site and swarming him and taking him out and getting their first gun round, forcing vVv, like we said, to save. They will try to get a little bit aggressive here. Yeah, I mean, this is just a gamble play that you make on this stage is to try to get some early kills and maybe pick up a gun. And so far, it's working out okay. Look at this. The Relic's not being spotted. And oh my goodness, vVv could even win this. They have an even 2-on-2, and they have a couple of AKs now, and the bomb's down. So tough pickings, but no one peeks a little bit too far out, and he will suffer the wrath of Shazam.
That's frustrating. Really no reason to peek over there when he's got eyes on the bomb. Shazam tosses a smoke, blocking Relic's out. I don't think he knows he's over here. The bomb's going to work its way out around the corner. Relic's flashes out, giving away his position. And I'm expecting, Stanislaw and Shazam both standing, holding their position. Shazam's not going to hold the hard angle with the op. Instead switches to the Tech 9, and they're going to walk it up Squeaky. Relic's falling for the trap. He said, you know what? I haven't heard anything. I haven't seen anything. I'm going to work my way over to the B site because I think that's what's happening. Meanwhile, the bomb goes in uncontested into the A site. And Dust, it's time for Relics to do a single-man retake.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of hard when you're in a spot like this for Relax. You kind of have to gamble towards one side, just play in between and hope that you can just rotate quite quickly. And he does get here pretty fast, but with the forklift quad crossfire, it's going to be rather difficult. But he sneaks in. Forklift doesn't even realize that he got in here, so he gets a chance to get at least maybe a 1v1 here on the quad player, smoking the bomb. The quad player does step out. He does get the headshot, but now it's going to be all up to Stan here. The re-smoke comes out, but Stan will find him through it. And so Tempo Storm putting 2 rounds together here in a row. Got a little bit scary, though. vVv did get some opening picks on that save round, but they did kind of recollect themselves and eventually put it away. So good job there from Tempo Storm.
For an eco round, that was absolutely phenomenal on the part of vVv Gaming. I thought they were insane when they went rushing through Squeaky all the way up ahead like that with nothing but pistols. But, hey, it worked. They got the picks they needed. They picked up some guns and put up a pretty powerful defense. And they put a small dent in the Tempo Storm economy. But we're back into another double full buy round over here. Only one op in play. That's going to be on the T side of Team Tempo Storm in the hands of Shazam as they prepare for what looks like just kind of a standard play, spraying out, going for picks.
This is our most default setup right here. Hades playing Squeaky side, Stanislaw playing the B side, and just kind of traveling as a pack with the other 3. Just looking for picks. No one does cross over to lockers. I'm not sure if Rick's picked up on that, so no one may have a chance to kind of surprise someone here. He does, in fact, do that, but Shazam does make the direct trade, and Funshine notably does not have his trusty op. He's stuck to a Famasis round, so that does kind of put a little bit of a damper on the A defense here, which seems to be where Tempo Storm wants to shift towards, as that bomb was kind of floating that direction, but now it's doubling back over to the B side, so they know that the sites probably have 2 in each, so they're just going to try to gather up, maybe try to pull a rotate with Hades and just try to, work to 3v2 or 3v1.
Yeah, you're right about that. Right now, they're in a 4v4 situation. Typically favors the T's, and indeed, Hades is able to pick off Buzza at the A site, forcing Dynamo to rotate over towards Truck. Now is a great time to start executing on B site, and that's exactly what's going to happen. Stanislaw leading the charge. Bomb in the hands of Glorens. He's going to go up. No shots. Oh, yeah, no. Shazam's taking a little shot over there, shutting down Relics for the CTs, putting us into a 4v2 situation. Bomb is down, and it's going to be a 2-man retake. Dynamo all alone. Really should wait on his teammate over here, but
they're just going to save.
Sunshine's going to save.
Yeah, they're both going to say. I think Dynamo's just looking for exits. I mean, he realizes that the T-side economy is not great, so if he forces some rebuys later on down the road, that'll, keep their economy in check and allow them to eventually force Tempo Storm into a save of their own once they can, put a W on the board. But Hades is going to get chase here. Yeah, and he will actually take Funshine down, so no M4 save there. Dynamo still going to be holding out over towards the quads, which Shazam and Hades are going to be pinching on him, so he may also not be able to. Hades will get taken down, and I don't think Tempo Storm wants to throw too many guns at this guy. They need to worry about their own money, and they won't really, press the issue there. That was definitely the right decision. And Hades was definitely just kind of key in that round, able to get a kill, draw that rotation, and allow a 3v1 execute for his team on the B side of the map, and it worked out for Tempo Storm. But basically another eco coming out of vVv now because of all this, except for that one saved M4 from Dynamo. So Tempo Storm has a shot to take the lead for the first time this game here and now.
Yeah, Rix and Hades, they were financially wrecked, but they had enough money to buy the AK-47, couple of grenades, which is what you need to execute against a solid eco round. This time, vVv is going to play a little more conservatively, a little more standard on their eco. They've only got one guy with a gun. That's going to be Dynamo standing here. He's throwing a little prediction pop flash over here, looking down vents. Shazam was near the position. He could have got the easy pick, but Shazam wisely backed off.
Oh, he boxes him though. Yeah,
pre-fires through the box, 31 health. That is that's frustrating right there.
I don't know if Shazam saw the blood on the wall though, so he may not even know that he got a hit there. No. But that's just a common thing to spam, just because you know people like to hide back there sometimes and catch you off guard. So that may come into effect later, but it seems like Tippa wanted to just go ahead and execute the A-bomb site now.
Funshine trying to make the trade with his teammate. No one shut down by Hades. Funshine sneaks around, forklift over here, gets himself in a 2v1 situation, succeeds with the USP headshot on Shazam, gets the double by taking down Hades, and now it's just Funshine waiting on his teammates, trying to prevent the bomb plant. Funshine finally goes down. That's fine. He did his job, Dust. He did his job. Now it's time for Dynamo and Relics to retake the bomb site. There's one kill right there. Rick's shut down. T's outnumber them. Tempo Storm takes the win. 4-3 at the close of round 7.
Yeah, I have to say, I mean, you can't really expect vVv to win those kinds of rounds, but they're doing a lot of damage. I mean, that's now 2 ecos I've seen vVv take where they've been able to kill like 3 players or something like that and force these rebuys. I mean, you would think with Tempo Storm being on a 4-round winning streak, their economy would be insane, but you look at their players, they're on the verge of having to save the first time they take a loss. So at least vVv's doing the damage, and like I said, keeping the economy in check, and that sets you up in the long term at least. They definitely want to try to get something going here. They do finally have Funshine back on this Justy op. He is going to be playing that A side once again. That is his most common position for this team with the op. Rather than some other teams who like to kind of put their op more towards mid or maybe more towards B, he definitely seems to be a more A-heavy player. Last time, though, they were able to isolate him with some good smokes and kind of avoid him. So you may see that type of play once again, knowing that I'm sure Tempo Storm's aware that he probably can afford an op this time. So you may see a very similar tactic on the A side.
Well, yeah, especially if Tempo Storm realizes that the op is always playing over there in quad. But right now, looks like Shazam op for the T side of Tempo Storm is going to be setting up over here at the B site. Doesn't get a pick, but looks like Relics is going to take a little bit of damage as the bomb works its way towards B. They're setting up for a solid textbook B take over here. Grenades, shots being exchanged. No one's shut down quite yet. Stanislaw takes a couple of shots. Rick's going to pick up the kill. Shutting down Dynamo and Relics as T's for Tempo Storm. Flood in. Shazam's watching the flank, and look at this. Team
it's already over.
vVv Gaming, yeah, they're going back for the save. Dust, you know, this was their first major buy round after doing great economic damage on eco rounds. They needed to get this win, and they've lost it. The best they can do is save.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, they want to make sure Funshine keep this out for the next round because they definitely aren't going to be able to afford it if he can't hold on to it. And you do definitely see some chase being given here from Tempo Storm. They're not fully committing to the chase. They definitely don't have the money to commit all 5, but they're going to risk a couple of players here to see if they can't prevent these saves. And they do, in fact, get Buzza, and they will get both of them. So that's huge there for Tempo Storm. They don't lose a single player. Now they can finally start stacking their bank because they don't have to do any real rebuying here except for nades. So that's good news for them. And, I mean, I don't know what to say. This vVv kind of got stuck in some weird positions. Both their players were towards checkers and, you know, no one towards the actual bomb site. Shazam had good info on that with his op, knowing that they were there. Rick's able to get the entries, and they take the B site, and it's over. vVv forced to take a full save here, not able to save any guns, and they're going to try to get really aggressive on mid, so changing things up. They've been quite passive on mid throughout the entire game up until now. They're actually going to try to counter boost a couple of players. Boost. Yep, 2 people will do this, actually. And they may catch Ricks.
Nice. Dynamo picks around the corner. He gets the first shot, misses the headshot, or maybe it was the distance over there that worked against him, but Dynamo's going to get shut down over here. Very disappointing. It was a great sneaky beaky play on the part of Team vVv Gaming. It just didn't pay off so well. Right now, we are in a 4 versus 3 situation. Bomb already in the B side. It's going to be planted soon unless Relics can do something about it. Sneaks up top, by Heaven, but he's smoked off, trying to get some intel, doesn't see any heads whatsoever. It is an eco round, so why not try to get some kills? Funshine taking down Shazam.
Yeah, no one's the one that has the AK, so he might be the one that kind of second guess actually coming in here. But Relics, on the other hand, has nothing really to work for, so he might as well try. But he goes down, and no one hoping that Relics might get a pick one to be there to back him up, but this just doesn't work out. And so Tempo Storm winning the last 6 rounds in a row, and the last couple of rounds they haven't really lost a whole lot. So now you can see that bank is just way on up there. The lowest money player on their team at 7,300. So that's definitely big there. They have a lot of cash flowing in. So we'll see Buzza. They're actually going to do a double op setup this time. So Buzza will have his op towards B, Funshine towards A. So the first time you see this as Tempo Storm, it may catch you off guard. So this might just be the one kind of, well, not really a gimmick. It's not like double op is super uncommon, but the first time you bring it out, like I said, it could catch the other team off guard. They're playing the other 3 mid aggressive. So the ops are basically the side anchors in this situation. They're just trying to get more aggressive on mid with their rifles.
Well, we're looking at Hades right now, who's just messing around with Funshine at Squeaky, making lots of noise, pre-firing, spamming, trying to maybe get a lucky pick or force somebody to rotate. No one sitting there watching him. Sees the player. Hades, though, gets the better of no one. Headshots him. Funshine turns around, taking down Shazam. That's actually really important because it eliminates the star op for Team Tempo Storm. Op's now going to go in the hands of Mr. Rix. And where's he going with that gun? I think he's going to drop it in exchange for an AK-47. And Dust, looks like we're committing.
Yep. Rix does come out. He does find Dynamo there at the forklift. Funshine was up around the edge of the smoke, finds the kill for himself. However, Tempo Storm still trying to beat down the door of the site, though, as they do get in, and they do have the bomb there, but there's just too much pressure. They can't commit to it, and the double ops rain in there. Funshine with a hat trick on the round. Buzza even finds one at the very end as well, so big round there for vVv. After a 6-round scoring drought, they finally put something on the board. Of course, Tempo Storm's money's, pretty solid, so that it doesn't really have an effect there yet, but you're working in the right direction now. Yeah, they can get around.
Have proven that they can do it on a buy round right there. That was critical. They bought when maybe, the finances weren't quite there. They needed this round. They got the victory. They're able to buy out full. Again, going with a double op setup against a very standard Tempo Storm. Beautiful Buzza with the op at B site. Gets the first pick on Stanislaw and quickly rotates back towards CT side of B.
And
going off for T's.
The thing that most people may not know is Buzza actually used to be the starting opper for the team known as Affinity before they picked up Arya and Abe, so he definitely does have some experience playing like in the pro leagues with Affinity, with the op. And so being a stand-in for this team, he's definitely serviceable in that regard. Of course, Funshine is going to be the main guy, the primary, but you can definitely see a lot of double op setups from this team throughout this series, probably just because of the fact that Buzza's used to kind of playing that position for his own team. But we do come down to a 4v5, and it looks like Tempo Storm want to try their luck again today.
Look at the positioning. vVv Gaming, they were already kind of pre-rotating, expecting the A take. This is really good for the CT team over here. Funshine takes down Hades with the op. And we're going to see Glorans kind of exposed, rushes around. Forklift, spots no one, decides to go ahead and toss a molly over the top. He's all alone. His teammates are dead. Pushes the corner. Nice. Manages to take no one. He should have lost that match. Didn't happen. That's okay. Dynamo in position to make the trade. Shuts him down with the M4A4. vVv Gaming coming back.
And this is where Hades is going to be challenged as an in-game leader. He may have good initial tactics, but now the opponent's adjusted, so he has to figure out a way to adjust back to find some success, and that has been something that some of Hades' former teammates has said that he's had trouble doing. So I'm curious to see if he'll be able to make the adjustments here to try to get his team back into a more successful position after they have dropped the last couple of rounds in a row, and their money is starting to get tight again. As you can see, some of their guys at $100 or below. In fact, almost all of them are, except for Rix, and he still doesn't have much to boot. So definitely an eco coming up next round if they can't put this one away. So this is a very important round for Tempo Storm if they want to keep their lead and prevent the tie and prevent vVv from getting the lead themselves, actually, because they'll have to eco.
All right, well, we got a two-man defense set up over here. Dynamo doing some nice work with the grenade and a double kill right there. Hades taking him down through the box. Bomb is pretty much stalled out. T's stuck in the corner. Look at this. Shazam, he's in a horrible, horrible position. He's exposed on all angles. Going to spam the smoke. Good news, maybe he gets a hit, does some damage here and there. Bad news, he gives away his position. Shazam unable to pick up the bomb, hides around the corner at 2 health. What are the CTs doing here? We got no one. We got Funshine both holding angles. I don't think, Dust, I don't think they know where the bomb is. Shazam's over there. His position has been given away. No one.
Yeah, I think they know the bomb's down in the site, so they just have to kind of keep their eye on Shazam crossing into it. Now, he could sneak back out with the bomb and try to run all the way around. He has time for it, but he's just going to get the kill there. They're taking them one by one. They're giving them chances here, but luckily Funshine still puts it away. Nice attempt there from Shazam, though. He didn't really have much to work with and still almost pulled it out, so nice attempt. And they did make the adjustment. They tried they would go B. They even had some nice Molotovs to try to flush Buzz out of his, comfortable opping spot, but they still just couldn't win the gun battles there. And so vVv will take the victory, and Tempo Storm will be forced to save. So it is a tie game for now, but vVv have a great chance to reclaim the lead here and now in this round.
This is absolutely vVv's round over here, rocking the double op setup against an echoing T side of Tempo Storm. Looks like they are putting the entire team in an A site setup. And take a look at the way the CTs are defending. They're really not in A site at all. We got no one over here in highway. Lots of smokes dropping down. I think that they know what's happening. The call has been made. Relic's making the rotate through heaven. Finds the first pick over there. Shuts down Stanislaw. Bomb is down, though, which puts the pressure on CTs. They need to rotate in quickly, get that disarm, find the kills. One player hiding around the corner by Forklift. Gonna shut down Relic. Punishes him for peeking the corner. That's all right. Teammates in place. Check out Shazam, Dust. Check out Shazam. Walks around the corner.
He's not even going to shoot.
No!
I mean, I can understand what he was doing there. He was trying to be patient. He was trying to let him feel secure that he was going to get it. He just waited a bit too long. If he would have came out maybe 2 seconds earlier, he actually does probably prevent a defuse and kill some more clock and maybe even finds a win. So good thought process there from him, actually. It's just he came out a little bit too late. But at least they got the bomb down. That helped their economy. Shazam's able to get the op back. Everyone else on rifles. They got their 3 Molotovs. They're probably going to use these to do some type of set B execute again. I think they saw an ability to have some success when they ran on the eco round, so I think they're going to try to go for it here with full guns. Like I said, those 3 mollies, probably just going to use those to flush people out of the site. You do actually see no one playing the site, though, so they actually won't really have much of an effect.
There's the first pop flash right there. Thrown in. Bomb's going to get spotted and dropped immediately. We got Hades rotating in, trying to pick up the bomb. All but 2 members of the T side have been shut down. Hades takes the corner, loses that fight, leaving Shazam all alone. Pistol versus M4A1S. All you can do is die. vVv gets another point.
Yeah, I guess like Tempo Storm just wasn't expecting vVv to be kind of playing the positions they were playing to defend B. Typically, you expect them to be more towards the site, but in fact, it was like heaven and checkers. So their Molotovs and nades didn't really have any effect there at all on that execution. That definitely hurt them a lot. And we're into the last round of the half here. Tempo Storm buying up what they can, but of course, a little bit more scarce on the nades. Only 1 molly. They even have Glorns with just a Galil, so they don't have as much to work with. And they're going to try to go back towards A again. But this is where Funshine's been reigning pretty supreme with the op. Unless they can, use a nice smoke to cut them off, which Hades will be able to do from Squeaky Door. And that actually helps quite a lot.
We got vVv off of a 5-round winning streak right there, giving up the A site very quickly. Both players defending, get shut down. No one peeks the corner, gets the first kill very easily. Shut down Ricks. Flashbangs popping out, and we're going to see the team moving on in. One player at Forklift gets spotted. Nice, no one with the kill. We're going to watch him jump over the corner. I think he found out where the player at default is. That's going to be Stanislaw.
Didn't see him.
Oh, spraying down Dynamo and no one in a single burst. Good night.
Yep, I mean, just good job there from Tempo Storm, kind of said, realizing the tendency for Funshine to take that out towards the quad boxes. You saw them run a strat that I've seen Envious run a lot. Also, Cloud9 runs it a lot in the U.S., as well as like teams like Liquid, who kind of like look to Envious for some of their tactics. And you could definitely see just a Squeaky Door player popping a smoke off that box off Squeaky Door. It completely blocks out anyone playing quad or site, and you just focus on attacking the players that you know are going to be rotating from mid and B at truck and at highway. And you attack those players instead of the site players, and they're able to wrap around and just catch Funshine in the side and get the bomb down and close out the round. Though it was still pretty close, and Tempo Storm almost lost it there on vVv's retake, but they did hold on, and it is a pretty even scoreline, 8-7. As we said, Tempo Storm typically pretty equal in the amount of rounds they can get from either side, so they definitely still have a chance here to take the lead back and even win this thing. But curious to see what vVv is going to do from T side. Like I said, I know they've been using Buzz as a stand-in the past couple of days, so that may have somewhat of an effect on their synergy and their flow and the type of tactics they want to run, and that definitely could play against them.
Well, here we are. Second half is live. Score 8-7. vVv Gaming coming out on top, which is slightly surprising so far. Keep in mind on Gosu Gamers, Tempo Storm was favored 69% to win this, and the pressure is on. This pistol round is more critical than anything. Rix is going to get the first kill over there on the part of Team Tempo Storm. Shazam backs it up, taking down Buzza. Bomb is going to rotate the heck out of B site. These guys said, no way am I going that way. Let's back off. No one shut down by Stanislaw. I think that was just bad positioning on his part, leaving us into a 2 versus 5 situation. vVv Gaming, they're really hurting. And in fact, I think they just lost a player.
Yeah, one of their players actually did disconnect. I think it was Fade who disconnected. And that does definitely hurt. I don't know if did he disconnect after he'd already died? I didn't really
think
quite
he was
catch
already
that.
killed over there.
Oh, it was actually no one. So see, they're not even using Fade tonight. So that's like one of the things to note. It's actually one of the players they typically do use. So that's that stand-in situation. Like I said, definitely can be hurtful. But yeah. Funshine still trying to bring this thing back. He's in a 1v3. He did get the first kill. Yeah, 1v2. He could at least get a bomb plant here for certain. No one's even towards the A side. They're both just trying to stick together and gamble. They're kind of sacrificing the allowance of a bomb plant to make sure they can stick together and like retake together and not give Funshine 2 1v1s. That's definitely a good decision. You don't want to give him more of a chance to win. So let's see how this plays out now.
It's all about playing the bomb and playing the bomb timer. Funshine behind quad. The bad news is this is the most obvious location. It's where they expect him to be. Pops around the corner, shuts down Rix. I think he saw the shadow. Now in a 1v1 firefight with Glorans. Engaged a little bit too long. Glorans is going to take down Funshine. Plenty of time for the defuse. He even bought the diffuser. Pliers in hand, works it away, and that critical first pistol round goes to the CTs. Tempo Storm tying it up and putting them into a really good position to win, not just the next round, but the round after that.
Yeah, that $400 pair of pliers right there, man. So expensive. This must be like diamond plated or something, man. It has like some spinners on it, some subwoofers, you know. Like
yeah, we riding spinners.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a pretty crazy tool for what you could actually probably do with your bare hands. Yeah, I don't know. Just pull some wires or punch in some. Apparently, you need pliers to punch in numbers, is what I've learned.
You do. Yeah. It's a requirement.
Those lessons you learn in CS:GO about bombs.
Everything I needed to know in life, I learned from CS:GO, including relics. Don't peek when someone's got a gun on the corner. He gets shut down from the boost spot over here. And what's going to happen here? T's working very, very quietly. Keep in mind that they are on an eco round. They've got one AK-47. Everybody else, Tech-9 armored up. That's money off the bomb plant, allowing them to make this rather aggressive purchase. Flashbangs out, and they're rushing the A site hard. No one with bomb in hand. Plants in the safety default position. Even if they lose this round, it's good news for vVv Gaming because they got the bomb plant money, which might just give them what they need for a third round bye. CTs, though. Them CTs, Tempo Storm.
Yeah, with the gun advantage, they're able to get the retake, but just a different philosophy there from vVv and how they attack the A-bomb side. As you saw on Tempo Storm's executions, they were more prone to like smoke off the site side and attack into highway and CT spawn, whereas their vVv uses the smokes to cut off the rotators, you know, block their vision, and they attack into the site directly. So just kind of the two different ways, to two different philosophies on attacking A.
Two halves of the same coin, really.
Yeah, and vVv were able to get a bomb plant out of it at least, and that's certainly good news, but they just couldn't come away with the victory. So Tempo Storm do take the lead back in this game. So it's been kind of back and forth here, just a little bit, and so far Tempo Storm is going to be on the positive end for now, but we'll see once vVv can get outgunned in the next round, see what they can come up with.
If you look at the money situation, they got the Tech-9s over here and still plenty of money, which means next round will be a full buy. Win or lose for the T's. T's come rushing into the bomb site. Gonna get shut down so fast. Glorans with a 3K. or was it a 4K? Mowing down the entire vVv Gaming team over here. It's probably not what they had hoped for. They wanted to do a little bit more economic damage to Team Tempo Storm, but that's okay. Round's over. They got money.
Exactly. And Glorance is playing that really dangerous Vince position. I mean, it's such a good position to have on CT side. You're able to keep your eyes on mid. You can now, because you have a guy on Vince, you can only play one B because that Vince player is such a quick rotate to be that second B player. It's just a very, very powerful position to have, and definitely came in handy there on the B rush. As we do see Shazam hopping passively here at mid, Rix and Hades towards A, Stannis long, Glorance towards B. So a pretty default passive 2-1-2 here from Tempo Storm. Not quite the same aggressive CT setups you kind of saw vVv throwing at mid with, you know, Funshine anchoring the site A with the op and Shazam being the kind of the staple over at mid with his. So also just a stylistic difference between these two teams and their CT sides.
It's a very very slow round right now on the part of Team vVv Gaming, and I think that they can feel the weight and the pressure of what's happening. This is their first big buy round over here, and if they lose it, they're really setting themselves up in a position to lose the first map on Cash. This is critical. This is the time to shine, and Funshine is going to do it. He's got that op in the pretty Asimov colors, works his way towards B site. Looks like Bomb's also going to work its way towards B, and here come smoking CT. Funshine pre-fires near the Molotov over here. Finds Shazam when he peeks the corner. That's going to be the solid entry as T's come streaming in over here. Here's a 1v1 trade, leaving only one member alive. That's going to be Glorn shut down, defending the B bomb site. Rix on the retake, already shutting one person down. It wasn't the bomb carry, though. Bomb is going to be planted easy, leaving us in a 3v2 retake situation.
Yeah, Rick's trying to still attack from heaven here. Nice Molotov just kind of flush a player out, but still the man advantage for vVv Gaming. Going to make this very tough. Hades also going to try to throw an incendiary and trying to get this side player to peek out and give them an opportunity to get kills. And Hades. They do get both of them, but now Hades in the 1v1. He knows Skylar's flanking, but not sure from heaven or lower. I think he did spot him in heaven just now, and he jumped. And so he will step out. Oh, man. It's one of those situations where the bomb wasn't planted for Relic, so he really had no choice but to kind of do that just to make sure that Hades wasn't sticking it. But
bad.
Yeah, it leaves you really exposed, though. But that's the risk you have to take when the bomb's not planted for you. And sometimes teams just aren't mindful of that when they put themselves in those post-plant positions. Sometimes they're not favorable for where you planted the bomb. You got to be mindful of that sometimes. And it definitely didn't work in vVv's favor there. Well, good initial execute, though. Yeah, exactly. And they actually put together a good execute. They couldn't finish the round.
Yeah, I think it was winnable over there, but Relix, I don't know if you guys saw that or caught that, but Relix trying to jump down from heaven, he got very aggressive, pulled his knife out, and came charging down from heaven, and he was just not in a position to defend himself at all, and got punished for it pretty badly. 8 and 11, Tempo Storm, large and in charge, but look at this, vVv Gaming, they actually had enough money off that bomb plant to go ahead and do a almost full buy. We got AKs, a Galil, and a couple of grenades. Executing on the A site, though.
Nice pop flash in the A main from his teammate Rix. Hades is going to be able to use that to get in there and get some kills. Shazam, they're trying to get up here and aggressive on the forklift. He'll find a couple kills. That's actually Glorn's. My fault.
That was fast.
Yeah, very, very quick there. You know, just trying to put together what they could. They have, in situations like that where you're kind of in a broken bind, you have limited nades, you kind of just have to go for it because you don't have any nades to use again on the other side of the map if things don't work out there. So you just have to kind of go with it. Glorn's making a big play up the forklift with 3 frags, and then, like I said, Hades with that pop flash pretty much shut down the strat before it could even get started with a couple of quick kills. So just some good aggression there from Tempo Storm. It does force vVv now finally to save, giving Tempo Storm that chance to extend the lead here down to 13-8 pretty easily. Shazam already getting some spam damage with the smoke there on the no one, and Rix will finish him off and find another as well.
Rix just doing some expert wall banging over there. Gets the 3K right in mid. This man is like Gandalf. He lays down the M4 and says, "You shall not pass." Shuts Funshine down 2 for good measure, putting us into a 5 versus 4. Can he get the ace? That's the question. Rix comes around the corner, shot in the back of the head. That's okay. Teammate right there, Hades.
All right, so you want achievement unlocked for Lord of the Rings reference in CSGO. So
that's
congratulations.
Right, that's right. Thank you.
Very first cast on the stream. So go.
We got that one in.
You did.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
I'll be here all night.
I mean, anytime you can get Gandalf in on an esports, that's it's pretty good.
It's a win in my book. It's a win in my book. Full buy. vVv Gaming with 1 op. It's going to be an op-v-op situation. Funshine's going to be rocking the op for the tees. Let's see where he's going to go with it. with the
that
bomb.
jump peeking source style there from Funshine,
right.
trying to get something, but doesn't work out. Stanislaw actually able to get an aggressive pick here on the no one at mid and back down, and I like that. That's why I like Stanislaw. He doesn't overextend. He just takes what you give him. He falls back and plays smart. And now vVv have to face a tough 4v5 situation here going forward.
Score 8-13 over here. Tempo Storm really wants to close this map out as quickly as possible. Holding tight. We got 3 players over there on the A site. We got 2 on B. One of them, that's going to be Shazam with the off in the quick rotate position. Looks like the call has been made for vVv Gaming. Guys, let's not do B. Let's slowly work our way over to A. And look what's happening with the CTs. CTs are rotating out of A into B. This is the right call. Oh, there's a pick right there, though. Funshine taking down Hades. And now I think the intel's out. Everybody, Stanislaw leading the charge towards A site. Going to pre-nade, but no, T's have already come in, taken the site. We're going to easily get the bomb plants. And as long as some smokes go down, I think vVv Gaming's in a really good position to win this roundhouse.
Yeah, Rick's though flanking from A-main a bit faster than what they might have expected. He's able to get an early kill. Nice incendiary. He's going to flush both players out of their position at quad. This is going to give company of Tempo Storm a very easy pickings there. So just really Rick's on that flank. Also a crazy good counter incendiary. Flushes the players out of their post-point positions quite easily, and they're able to get the retake there. Plus they had the man advantage to go along with that from the start, so that was certainly very helpful as well. So now Tempo Storm just 1 round away from that point, and vVv still have plenty of money here. I mean, they can definitely get the full buy. It's just what type of tactic do they want to use. I'd like to see them try to get a little bit more mid control. Both these teams have been really site execute heavy on the T side, not very much mid control implemented, and that's such a powerful tool for terrorists.
Keep in mind, last time we saw vVv Gaming try to go for mid control, they were single-handedly shut down. It was the 4K right here.
Right, but it was an eco round out of desperation, so I'd like to see him do it with guns and some proper nades. But
2 guys up top. Buzza working with the off from Boost. Oh,
does the damage. He walled them through it, but just didn't get the kill. I mean, he got that player down very low. You can see no real HP there left after that op. Just couldn't get the kill. That's so unfortunate.
Well, Buzza ends up getting shut down over there, so we're still in an even situation. Relics, though, look at this guy. He's down to 2 health, working his way down mid. Really disadvantageous situation. He's got the AK-47 with a nice ESL sticker over there. That's actually really cool. Walking down, looks like no one is watching mid at all. Relics works his way past spools and announces his position with some pre-fires. Hades, Glorins, and a weak Stanislaw holding down the fort at A site.
And vVv have full mid control. This is so great. If they could only know that there's 3A and 1B, they could easily just go Vince to B and like avoid all this trouble. They know one Opera's quad, but other than that, they have no other information on who's playing what. Now they know Stanislaw's here, so now they can maybe revert back, but it's a little bit too late for that.
Yeah, bad news. Now we're in a 1 versus 3 situation. I think that was just no one taking a little bit too much time on the execute. It allowed Shazam to rotate out of the B site and shoot him in the back. You know, once you do take mid control, you kind of have to get your picks and make a decision on where you want to go. Otherwise, you're going to get stuck in a pincer. Your huge advantage turns into a huge disadvantage, and that's what happened right there.
It's a situation where Tempo Storm just adjusted to the situation. They realized that mid control was forfeited, so they just kind of gamble stacked 3 players at A and stuck 1 at B. If vVv goes B there with their mid control instead of A, they probably win the round. But because they did pick the A side, it's that 50-50 chance that you're going to run into the higher number of players, and that's unfortunately what happened to them as they try to come up the highway to A. And so now it's Tempo Storm at map point here, definitely have the advantage, already have the opening pick as well. Hades looking for more with his op at A main, getting at least some information here and forcing vVv back towards mid and B. That's going to filter them straight to these 2 guys playing mid.
Yeah, and watch Stanislaw pops. Does the pop flash, rushes through smoke. Look at this guy. 1-2 gets the 2K in mid, shutting down No 1 and Dynamo as they try to work their way towards Vents. That's a lot of intel right there saying, hey, maybe these guys are planning on a B take. And in fact, that's what's happening. We got Buzza and Relx both in checkers. Nice. Buzza's able to take out Stanislaw. I don't think Stanislaw expected anything to happen right there. Rix should have got the easy kill when he pushed through smoke like that. Didn't happen. Buzza takes him down. We're now in a 1v2. Relix needs to do this.
He got 2 from there. Is it going to send him another one through the smoke? That's what he's wondering here. That is very dangerous to press those smokes. Gave Relics a couple of kills and actually gives him a chance in this 1v2, but still had a pretty tough disadvantage. But he does find the shot and the Glorins in the sight.
3 health. 3 health. 25 seconds. Relic with the pop flash comes around the corner. Oh, doesn't peek it. Doesn't peek it. Backs around Hades. I think Hades knows exactly what's happening. He's got the op. If he just holds a hard angle, he should be able to take this kill easy. Instead, tries to go for the one dig around the corner. Hades chucks a grenade and does just enough damage to Relics.
Yep, I mean, he pulled the pistol out knowing that Relics was low on HP. I mean, the op becomes negligible in a situation like that when it comes to health. So, you know, try to use the Deagle where you can at least get off a few more shots a bit quicker against a low health player, and it works out actually off of a grenade though. So that's always the worst like feeling in the world. Just makes your gut clench when you have low HP and you hear that nade come out, and there's not much you can do. And so it will be Tempo Storm who take that map 16-8. Just a great play all around, really, from Tempo Storm. I mean, you look at the stat lines here, pretty much everyone was contributing. I mean, Rix and Stanislaw were on the top of the scoreboard, but you can see Glorns and Hayes not too far behind. And it's not as if Shazam played bad. He just didn't have to do much. I mean, Rix and company were taking care of business. So there you have it. 16-8 for Tempo Storm. Moved on to Mirage. A chance to get a W here. vVv going to try to work for the tie in the series if they can try to come up with the victory on Mirage. So we will take a quick break. But when we come back, we'll have that map 2 for you between these two teams to see if this will be a W for Tempo Storm or a tie.
Stay tuned.